everyone, I am Allison Gonzalez. I am a trainer here at Pragmatic Works, and in this video I am going to go through all of the changes to Power BI for the June 2022 release. So a bunch has changed. I'm going to hit on maybe 5 topics, but there's a lot. So I will link that article below where you can read about everything that's changed. But let's look at some of the top 5, or what I think is the top 5 that is changing or getting updated this month. We're going to be looking at some slides and then diving into Power BI and a few other programs that are affected as well. All right, let's get started with our changes for this month, which is June 2022. So we are going to, after we go through some slides just showcasing what is new this month, we're actually going to hop into Power BI because I do want to show you what everything is looking like right now. Because if you've been in preview mode like I have been the past few months, there have been a lot of changes where something will get updated, that affects something else, then that gets moved the next month, something gets moved back the month after that. So it's been a lot of back and forth if you've been seeing how this new visualization pane has been progressing. So I'm excited for it to be regularly rolled out for everyone. We're going to get into Power BI, show you exactly what has been changed, what's been modified if you have not switched over yet. So we're going to get into that. But this month, they have done a bunch of updates, fixed some bugs with it. You can see the full list of everything that's been updated, and I'll link that below. Another one that I love that they've adjusted is that when you're changing a blank page to tooltip size, so if you are making your own tooltips, adjusting them, creating them, adding all the visuals in as you should, then you know that it's a multi-step process to go in, adjust your page size, make it a tooltip, and do those things. Now they've made that one step. So if you go in and you set it to a tooltip, it will automatically adjust your page size for you. So that's great, and it saves you a step there. The next update that is exciting this month, and we're going through a few in Power BI, it has adjusted this. So if you are in the Power BI desktop, you can establish a live connection to a shared data set in the Power BI service. You can create many reports from that same data set. That's nothing new. But what is new is that if the data set has a sensitivity label, Power BI will automatically apply the live data set sensitivity label to the Power BI file, which maintains the data's classification and protection inside Power BI service as well. So you're going to see that warning across there if that is happening, but that's really a good update right there. The next one, and there was a lot of table updates, let me tell you, they had a lot to do for tables. Definitely check out all of the ones linked below, but a few that I want to point out include new keyboard shortcuts for easier navigation, including shift up and down arrows to select multiple rows, page up and down for scrolling home and end to move focus to the first and last cell, and then a few design updates to make them meet color contrast requirements and accessibility, which is fantastic. So first up, there's new two-toned focused outline. So any color background, the focus will always be visible. So even on darker themes, and that's going to meet color contrast requirements. They also updated conditional formatting icons that are now conformant with color contrast requirements, and now announces alternative text with screen readers, which is great. The ability to associate images with alternative text in the formatting pane to describe images to blind and low vision users has also been updated. So those accessibility ones are really great updates for table visuals. And what's also great about this is that these are now going to be available for new and existing reports. So if you have tables in existing reports, you'll have all of these updates available to them as well. The next update I have for you is all about data storytelling, which if you know us at Pragmatic Works, you know we love a good data storytelling. It's so vital to actually making your point known. We have a great data storytelling class, which is one of my favorites to teach. So if you want to learn more about data storytelling in general, you can always join our online learning platform, which I will link below for you. You can use my code Allison30 to get 30% off if you want to join. And we have a ton of classes on there in addition to data storytelling, not just on Power BI, all across the Power platform. And we are constantly adding new classes as well as updating all of the old ones, which Obviously, we're in the Power BI update. We know that Microsoft is updating everything nonstop. So we're always updating our classes to meet what has been changed as well. So if you want to learn more about data storytelling or just more about Power Platform classes in general, go down there, sign up, and happy learning. But back into our update with data storytelling. I'm really excited about this one. They've made it a lot easier now with PowerPoint. So if you are presenting on your data and you have to use PowerPoint to do that, now you have a great PowerPoint add-in, which was developed by the Power BI team, that allows you to add Power BI reports into PowerPoint slides. And it will be super interactive. You're going to be in presentation mode, and it will still allow you to click through, filter, and interact with your data. And it is going to be live and up to date as well. And so this month they've enabled the storytelling starting points inside of the Power BI report experience, making it so much more easy and simple to get started. And all you need to do is first open the report in the Power BI service that you want to add to your presentation, navigate to the desired page, make any selections that you want to have on there, and then you can go to share and use it, or export. So you can either go into export, go to PowerPoint, and then embed live data, or you can go to share and then select PowerPoint. Either one is going to get you that link. You're going to get a box with the link on it. Once you have that link, you can add it in right here into your PowerPoint. And to get this in your PowerPoint, this is an add-in, and so you would go into PowerPoint, insert, and get that add-in. We'll walk you through doing that, and you can paste that link in, and then here you go. Your report is now inside of your PowerPoint. You're able to click on everything, navigate through, set your filters, do all the things on that report. It's going to retain any filtering that you already placed on it as you were grabbing that link. The next update I have for you is we now have Canvas Zoom in Teams. It has been an awesome update that they just did, where we're now able to zoom in. Right at the bottom of the screen, we have this little zoom in. So on our Canvas, previously we were able to do this in a limited fashion with like tooltips where we could pop up that to kind of fit the page. Now we are able to zoom in on the entire canvas in report view, in all the views now, and we can see that in the desktop as well as service, and that was updated last month. This month we get it in Teams 2. And so for report readers, this is really important to improve readability, and for report creators, it helps us make things pixel perfect as we are creating reports. I do want to note though that your zoom in level is not saved with reports. So if you're zoomed all the way into something and you save your report there, doesn't matter. It's going to be set to 100% for whoever is opening it up next. So your view is not going to affect them. The next one I have is there are 4 new visuals that are not Power BI certified yet, and there are 3 that are certified. So welcome to the family with these visuals. We have the milestone trend analysis chart. We have the Info River Premium Edition is now Power BI certified, and then also Zebra BI cards are Power BI certified. And so Zebra BI has a few other great visuals, and now the BI cards is Power BI certified as well. So go use and have fun with these. So let's now jump over into Power BI. I want to take a tour around the whole new visualization pane so we can see what is working, because if you were looking back and forth, we had some updates that moved it here, some updates that moved it here, switch things back and forth. So let's go take a look at how it is right now. We will also going to go in and do a data storytelling where we're going to get into the service, grab our link, go put the add-in into PowerPoint, and put our Power BI report into PowerPoint. We're also going to check out the Zoom feature that is now available in Teams as well. So let's get started. All right, here we are in Power BI. And the first thing that I did want to show you here is this warning that is showing up. And so there has been a big push the past few months to get everything rolled over to WebView 2 as part of their infrastructure update. And so if you have not done that, if you haven't downloaded WebView 2 and you aren't using that yet, you are gonna see this warning every single time you launch the desktop if you don't have WebView 2 installed yet. So you will need to do that. We're gonna put a link below with directions for that because it is important to make sure you're gonna be able to access Power BI moving forward. So to make sure you have that downloaded for yourself. All right, let's close this one out. And I just have some report up here with some data so we're able to look at some of the differences that we now have in our visualization pane. And so in our visualization pane, you can see the main update we have here, which was moving these buttons up here above our visualization gallery. Before they were below that. Now they're up at the top. And we also have an icon change. Previously, this was our nice little roller, the little paint roller. We now have a difference because if you are formatting your page, you're gonna get a page. So if you're the background doing some changes to your general report, then you have this little page behind your paintbrush. However, if you then click on a visual, and if you wanna make changes to that visual, you now have this little column chart that is behind it. So it's kind of differentiating now if you are making a change to your entire report or if you're making a change to just a visual. You're going to have a difference with this icon. It also has a little bit different verbiage with telling, let me click the background. We can see it is format your report page, and if I click onto a visual, it now says format your visual. So a little bit update there with not just the icon design, but also its purpose with showing the two aspects. Another big update that they did with that is that the visualization gallery, all of our nice little visuals right there, this is now only visible under our build tab. As soon as we move over into the format, we lose those, which it's a nice update because this area very, very quickly can get really congested and you're gonna have to scroll for a long while to see all of the things. Another update kind of on the same lines with scrolling is we now have a split. So we have visual and we also have general. So some of your modifications for formatting are going to be under visual, some are going to be under general. So that does take a little bit of an adjustment to figure out what is where. It's a little bit different on each visual. It has kind of switched back and forth a little bit as well these past few months, but you're going to have to start getting in the habit of looking under visual for some of the changes and under general. And I will say they have tried to do a really good job with organizing it and structuring it as simply as possible with these. We can also see as we're looking at this another update, and that is with our buttons right here. Previously it was just like a line and a dot. Now it's much more of a on-off button switch as we are going through and changing things. Another one in here is when we are opening things up, we are going to have multiple kind of folders inside with some of our changes. We've gotten these lumped together too because previously sometimes they were really spread out. With our visualization pane update, the Power BI team has tried to kind of consolidate similar areas together as much as possible so that way when you're opening or closing things up, you can kind of see that. You're also able to, if you're like, that seems really annoying to have to open and close all of these, if you do a right click, you are able to kind of do a reset. You're able to expand all of the categories all at once. You're also able to collapse them all back up to make it easier to navigate through as you're moving on through everything on here. They also have some other changes. So design-wise with your text, when you were going to do that, previously you could just search for text and you would be able to modify things. Now, if you want to change that, you can look for font. And so if you were searching for fonts, and as a former web designer, personally, I approve of this one, but you are able to look and see your font. All of that is going to be easily able to be identified. But if you're used to searching for text, you are now going to need to search for font to find all of the places where you're going to change the font. If you want to change the font family, as well as changing the size of anything as well. Also, I feel like done a better job of grouping those areas together to make it a little bit easier to find all the things you need to adjust all at once. There are also some additional ones inside of our subcategories that we can see. Let me clear out that font. where when we're in some of the options, some things that were previously split into fully separate items now are kind of grouped together. So definitely worth it once you switch over to your new visualization pane to spend some time looking through, opening up all the options, and getting familiar with where they are now located at. And it will do you big favor if you get used to checking that out. We'll keep you updated each month with where they change things to next, but definitely go roll out the new Format Pane if you have not done so yet and it's not getting pushed to you. You can go into File, you can go into Options and Settings, Options, then you're going to go over into your preview features, and you are going to make sure that new Format Pane is checked. And so once you roll it over, it's no coming back from there, so you need to kind of adjust, make sure you are getting that ready and get familiar with it, get comfortable switching around, seeing how everything is now modified and adjusted. We also have some new verbiage down here with things labeled x-axis and y-axis, where previously it may have just been axis and values. There are some visuals that still do have that verbiage, but a lot of them have now switched to x-axis and y-axis instead of just axis and values. So that is another update which you do need to get used to. Down here at the bottom, which I am blocking, so let me hop on out, you are able to see right here at the bottom right hand corner, we are now able to zoom on in or zoom on out the whatever direction you want to go, changing your canvas size to get in as much as you want or to move out and you're able to navigate through here, making it as large or as small as you like. So I want to show you if you are going to make a tooltip, and if we click on adding that page in and then going over to format to make that page a tooltip. Once we turn that page onto a tooltip, it will automatically resize for us. You can see we have it set to 100%, or we could just click on fit to page down here at the bottom. If we want to zoom in, we could go larger or we could go smaller with that. But it has automatically, as soon as we allowed that to be a tooltip, it changed our type to tooltip down here in our canvas settings for us. Saves us a click, makes it a little bit easier. Anything that saves time, I am going to be a fan of here. All right, so that was a quick visualization update. It's here, guys. Get ready, get used to it, go through, switch over, experiment around, move everything around, and see how you like it, and definitely get familiar with where everything is now located. The next thing that I want to show you all is with our data storytelling. So when you want to include a report into a PowerPoint you're presenting, you are able to go over into the service. You can go to Export PowerPoint Embed Live Data. If I do that, I'm going to get this ability to copy or even just open directly into PowerPoint. I could also just go to Share, and if I go to Share and click on PowerPoint, same pop-up comes up and I can click copy on there. So either one, we can go with Export PowerPoint Live Data or Share and PowerPoint to get that link. Once you have that link, that's when we are going to head over into PowerPoint. Once you have that link, you're able to switch on over into PowerPoint. And in PowerPoint, you are going to want to go up to your Insert ribbon. And in your Insert ribbon, you can go to Get Add-ins. And over here, this is just where you're going to search for Power BI. And we want to go with this one right here, the second one. Don't go with the tiles. You want to go with the Microsoft Power BI. We're going to add that one right on in. Continue. And now, if you have not updated, you're not going to be able to do this. So this goes back into that web view 2. You need to have that enabled to be able to do that. Let's run that update, get that on here, and then we can show you how you would use the new PowerPoint or the new Power BI in PowerPoint update. All right, we ran that quick update to get WebView 2 on here, and now let's go back, do that add-in. We're going to search for Power BI, and we're going to select this one, add that in, continue, and now it's going to work. And we have this spot right here where we're able to paste in that URL that we got from the Power BI service. We're going to click Insert. And now it's just going to prompt you to log in. So I'm going to do that really fast. And here we are. It's loading it on up into our PowerPoint for us. We have access to all of the things in here that we can change, move around, filter, do all of the things too. And then let's see if we move this into presentation mode. We are also able to use that. So if you're building it in presenter mode, you can do all of the things and it is still going to work on here, which is just awesome. So that way, if you don't want to have to pull up multiple things, if you just want to have one PowerPoint open with everything in it, and then also just having your files, it is going to be a fantastic addition, especially when you are giving those great presentations, including all of that data as an aspect of that. You'll have that available for you. The last thing that I want to show you is that now, I'm not going to save our fun, inside of Teams, in our Power BI app over here, you are now able to zoom on into your canvas. So just like we could now inside of Power BI, we are able to do this inside of Teams. So if you are using the Power BI app in Teams, which if you're on Teams and you're also using Power BI, why would you not have that? Definitely start using that already if you don't. But it is really going to be really helpful to zoom in and for accessibility to be able to see things that previously could be teeny tiny are now going to be a lot more accessible. So that is our updates for June of 2022, a lot with our visualization pane, as well as some other great updates. I will link the blog below where you're able to see all of those updates. So don't forget to check out our online learning platform if you're interested in learning a little bit more about the Power Platform in general, or about any specific Power BI courses that we offer, like our data storytelling course. Use my code Allison30 to get 30% off when you sign up. So that is it for June 2022. I look forward to seeing you next month, July 2022, with whatever updates Microsoft sends our way.